What's happening, Mr. Gotti? I'm back with another point blank period, and today I'm talking about players who don't get the recognition in the NFL. Too often we have players who are extremely talented at the position, maybe even one of the best at the position, but for some reason they just don't get the credit that they deserve. Whether it be the location, they might be in a bad market, they might be on a bad team, or they might just be in a bad situation. But every team has a player that could be considered their unsung hero. Me, my friend Jamal, we both have a player individually that we believe does not get the credit that they deserve. It's point blank period.
I'm going to start first. My player is Davante Adams of the Green Bay Packers. Of course, you know I'm a Packer fan. I'm not being biased. It's just time for him.
Big bias.
It's just
Big
time,
bias.
It's time for him to get the respect he deserves. He's an elite receiver. He's top 10, and he doesn't get the respect or the recognition that he needs to get. He's balling out this year. What is he? He's second in touchdowns right now. He's top 5 in catches, top 5 in receiving yards. Like, what else does he have to do?
He's not top 10 in wide receivers.
He's definitely a top 10 receiver.
I wish I could get down to 10.
Definitely a top 10 receiver.
Let's see. I can get to 7 strong people better than him.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so obviously you got Odell, AB,
Right.
Julio, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like Keenan Allen is definitely better than him.
That's arguable. Keep going.
So we taking him off?
Yeah.
Mike Evans is definitely better than him.
Okay, I'll give you Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is definitely better. Mike Evans should have been on. Mike Evans, no, I got, but Mike Evans should have been on the list. Mike Evans is the guy that doesn't get the credit he deserves. Mike Evans never had less than 1,000 yards.
That's true.
Ever. And he's playing with James Winston. Missed a bad decision. But that's not the point. So I got the 6. I'm throwing Keenan Allen in there. I guess we get into our arguable. Jarvis, I know you hate it.
Absolutely not.
I know you hate it, but
No.
Jarvis is the best. Like, might be the best slot receiver in the league. Like, he might be. So I mean, I guess I can't refute your your claim of him being top 10. Cause I get to 8, but man, it's tough to name 10 players. Thielen's better than him, definitely.
Thielen is getting covered by number 2 corners.
He's
Davante
still-
Adams has
Thielen
bigger numbers
definitely.
against number 1 corners.
Thielen is better than
He's
him.
not even the best receiver on his team. Probably not.
Thielen was a second team All-Pro last year.
That's cool. Davante Adams will be second team All-Pro this year.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will.
Put 5 on.
Put 5 on.
Hey, y'all seen it here. Hey, y'all seen it here.
Right here.
$5.
Right
So
here.
when it's not, y'all know who
It's
he
gonna
paying
be,
up.
It's gonna be Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Davante Adams, and Mike Thomas. Those are gonna be your 4 All-Pro receivers.
we got 5. You on camera, bro?
Yeah, I know.
I'm definitely not cutting this out.
Okay.
All right. Well, so okay, I give him 9.
Yeah, that's
He-
about right.
he's
He's
in
number
the-
9 or 10.
So I know you got another person ahead of him that I don't have on my list,
Mhm.
but it's okay. I feel like my thing about Davante Adams is I don't think he's as good as you do, clearly, because I don't think he's top 10. But the problem with Davante Adams is the fact that he plays with Aaron Rodgers. And so many times when you have a great receiver, or when you have a great quarterback, the receiver doesn't get the credit. Or if you have a great receiver, the quarterback doesn't get the credit. How many actual top 5 receivers do you think have a great quarterback and gets the credit? You can look at Michael Thomas, the only one in my opinion, because nobody's going to take credit from Drew Brees, but sometimes people take credit from Michael Thomas. You look at Julio. A lot of people don't think Matt Ryan's that good. Take credit from him, mostly because of Julio. Look at AB. People don't think Ben Roethlisberger is that good because of his great receivers. So in this situation, I think that Aaron Rodgers' band of receivers doesn't get the credit because we see the highlights of Aaron Rodgers, him running around. I feel like you're a Packer fan, but in my opinion, from watching what I see, the Green Bay receivers struggle to get open, which is why Aaron Rodgers has to run around and make a lot of magic happen before he throws the ball. And if that happens so much, it can only happen so much before Davante Adams can't be a top 10 receiver. Like, I don't think that he is a good, like an underrated player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's like, because you play with Aaron Rodgers, you're probably not going to get the credit you deserve. But then it just makes me ask the question. I guess I'm on the side of the people that you're talking to. Like, does he actually deserve the credit? And why?
Because
But don't name the stats, though, and tell me why.
okay, look at his route running. He's definitely one of the best route runners in the league.
But he doesn't get open, it feels
He
like.
does get open. One, he's getting double covered because we have no other threats on offense. So he's gonna get double covered. So it's gonna be harder for him to get open. That's why you see Rodgers scrambling around all the time.
Okay, I feel like I know we were talking about it off camera, talking about how Brett Hundley was his quarterback last year.
Right.
But I feel like you try to give him that DeAndre Hopkins treatment. You know, Hop didn't have a lot of good receivers for a long time. I mean, a lot of good quarterbacks. I think you try to give him that, and I don't think he's Hop. You know what I mean?
No, he might be. He's just a little step lower than DeAndre Hopkins.
A little step?
Just a little step.
Big step.
A little step.
Because there's a big gap between 5 and 6, in my opinion. Like,
who's your number 6?
I think Thielen might be the 5th best. You know, maybe it's not. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's not. I can admit when I'm wrong. But I don't think they're close.
Okay.
Like, I think they're definitely on different tiers.
Yeah, they're on different tiers.
Okay. Just one. One tier.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my player that I feel like doesn't get enough recognition is Jamal Adams. I've been saying that Jamal Adams was going to be a star since, I want to say, my senior year in college. I watched him at LSU, and I said, you know what? I remember telling my friend, like, this guy's going to be a star. A star, for sure. And he came to the league, I don't want to say he was number 6 pick, somewhere around there. He was top 10 pick to the Jets, and that's why you don't hear about him, because he's with the Jets. And he's pretty much the only real hope for the Jets right now, unless Sam Darnold can turn around what looked like a bad pick. Like right now, it doesn't look like it, but it's too early to call. But it just doesn't look like Sam Darnold is going to be the answer.
Yeah.
I hate being that premature, but this is more about Jamal Adams. Safety, linebacker, slot corner, defensive end, outside corner, strong safety and free safety. Like, he does it all. And I feel like what sparked this to my mind, because he's the reason I even created this video, is the fact that Derwin James is getting a lot of credit. I seen an article saying he revolutionized the safety position by playing so many, line up in so many positions. But I was like, did we not watch last year? Like, did we not see Jamal Adams do everything that Derwin James is doing now? Not talking about ability-wise, but just lining up. Did we not see that? I mean, Jamal Adams is a guy who lines up around the field, a guy who commanded respect as a rookie. I think that there's a lot of similarities between Derwin James and him. But for some reason, he never got that credit. But now that reason is very clear. He's in New York. Why not? He's with the Jets, the team that nobody gives. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Jets. If you're in New York, you hear about the Giants. The Jets aren't good, and we can't make them relevant until they start winning. And for that reason, you might not see Jamal Adams mentioned as one of the top safeties in the league. But I definitely think he is.
Definitely.
Somebody once told me that Derwin James and Jamal Adams could be the next Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. 2 great safeties competing for who's really the top one. But until the Jets start winning, I don't know if it's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, you look at it. Jamal Adams, he covers well. He's covered a lot better in the second year than he did his first year. Mm-hmm. If you look at PFF rankings, he's top 5 in everything as far as safeties go. He stops the run. He's a physical player who can play back. He does everything you can ask for as a football player.
Everything.
Not just a safety. But you would never know because he plays for the New York Jets.
I agree, 100%. And then I think people give credit to Derwin James because he's in LA. They have a pretty good defense there too. So you got help around him.
And Derwin James is a big reason that Jamal Adams didn't get credit.
Yeah.
Because Derwin James is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is what it is. I think they're all great players. Davante Adams is a good player too. I don't think he's as good as he says. But he definitely does fit the mold for players who don't get credit in the NFL. This point blank period. This was our video about players that don't get the credit that they deserve. I need you to like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Tell a friend.